in the Nets jersey. Reggie got Indiana. And he was,
Congratulations, Mr. President.
It's crazy how he was making the cuts,
Why is he not better than him?
Everybody take a seat. We think it's sports, but sometimes we don't know. We asking.
Should you care about what your girl friends think of you?
Absolutely not.
And if it's a negative or positive, like whatever it is, should it matter, or do that reflect something about you? Like, is it something into that? You know what I mean? Say they don't like you. Say they don't like you. Do that? Should that do that? Say something. I'm not saying you should care, but do that. Say something. I don't know.
I'll say it doesn't say nothing, right? It's not nothing, but should you care about it? I don't necessarily think so. I guess it depends on what it is. Like, why don't they, you know what I mean, like you? Like, it could be a valid reason why they don't like you. You know what I'm saying? So, and also too, like, obviously we know this too, as far as females, specifically female friends in this respect, you know, I mean, they always got something to say about something, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're always the expert on relationships, on what somebody else's relationship, but they going through hell and going through issues and problems, you know, in their own. You know what I mean? Girl, he should be doing this, and this. Well, what is he doing? What is the person that you're with? What is he doing? You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, I'm glad you even brought that up, because I added to my girl. I said, yo, like, stop comparing relationships. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be very, very careful.
Oh, women do that. I don't know if they gonna stop. I don't know if they ever gonna stop.
It's like, I get it on certain levels. You can have a barometer, but it's just like everybody's situation is unique. You don't know what's going on in that household. You don't know what they going home to, or how much they argue when they get into the car and all that. So you just see what obviously somebody showed you, and that goes with anything in life, but especially with relationships. People put it on the front all the time. Like, it looks beautiful, but at the end of the day, it's actually not beautiful. It's actually the opposite of beautiful. So to answer your question, probably not. Like, just like you really shouldn't necessarily care what people think. I mean, unless you're just a straight up bad person. I mean, that's one thing. But you know what I mean? Like, people gonna think what they gonna think. Like, they gonna say what they gonna say. It is what it is.
I mean, I guess I don't care, because most of their perception is based off what your girls say about you, because they're not with you.
So that's why, like, that right there, what you said is why I want to. I'm cutting you off, but you can finish. No, but that's true. Is the crust of it. Like, so what your girl feeding them is pretty much what they kind of know. So is that a issue? Because it's like your girl was kind of telling them what they know. You know what I mean? So finish.
Well, I mean, I think because at that point, you know, you vent. Your girl vents to her friend and all that stuff. And so, no, I personally don't care what their friends have to say, because at least, I mean, y'all know, females will listen, and then in the back of their mind be wishing they had a man to act just like. It's all like fickle. So I don't care, because it's really being fed off what my girl's saying. When my girl happy, she's saying good stuff. When my girl mad, she's saying bad stuff. So it just really it just matters what mood they're in. So
it's probably more so when your girl mad, she's saying bad stuff. When she's happy, she's not saying nothing. Yeah, that's probably more what it is.
I wouldn't even care to ask my girlfriends if they like me or not. Like, their existence matters. Like,
what about you know? What about not even asking? What about when they come around? You know, it's a vibe. It's something. It's like you get that vibe. It's like, yo, she clearly don't like. She barely say hi. She look past you.
That's why.
Do you have a conversation with your woman? Like, yo,
I don't know people. I don't even care.
Here's a scenario. What if you find out maybe y'all got married, or maybe y'all start dating? What if you find out one of your female friends tell her, like, you shouldn't be with him? Like, yo, I don't think you should marry him. I don't think you should be with him no more. Like, what do you find out that information? How do you go about that? Do you feel like they still should be friends, or how do you feel like that relationship should?
I don't care. In those regards, I don't care, because at the end of the day, it's not my friend.
Yep.
And they have one vantage point. They're looking at it in one way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You don't necessarily know what your girl is necessarily telling them, or how, you know, the whole situation. And sometimes they could be projecting their anger on our relationship because they do this treatment terrible. I mean, it's a million things, right? And I may have been in a scenario, I want to say similar, but in that ballpark. And I may have said to my girl, I don't like her. I don't like her. I actually don't.
Should
like
you
her.
keep it 100? If you feel like if you get a vibe from
No,
one of your female friends, should you say, "Yo, she not"?
I'll definitely tell my girl that. I'll definitely tell my girl. And on top of that, I'm like, I don't want to be around. You know what I'm saying? Don't invite me to whatever it is. I actually don't want to be there. I mean, I could be cordial with people, like that's not the problem. But yeah, I'm cool. Like I'm actually cool. Like I'm very cool.
Yeah, I don't. I'm with Sam. I personally don't care. I'm not into controlling friendships, so I don't tell people who like my girl who should be friends, and I don't care. If she don't like me, don't come around. Like, it's for me, it's like it's what spaces we're in. Like, if you come over my house and you like openly disrespectful, that's different than we at a party or something and you don't want to come near me. Don't come near me. But I mean, if you come to my house, be cordial. I ain't saying you got a key, but say hi and bye. But other than that, I genuinely do not care. Like, do your thing. But I'm not gonna say nothing to you anyway. Especially if I get a vibe you don't like me, I'm not gonna say nothing to you anyway.
At all.
All right, let's flip it on us. Is it okay to tell your man, yo, the chick he with ain't it?
That's tricky.
I don't do that.
If you know, like, yo, bro, you're wildin', or do you be like, yo, you do your own thing, I respect your decision making, or you be like, yo, bro, like, she ain't it.
It's very tricky because it all depends, because we've been in situations where telling someone it didn't matter. Like they did whatever they wanted. Or I've seen that before. I've seen that before firsthand. We're telling somebody that this girl was not it, and everybody knew it wasn't it. And eventually they found out that they probably knew, they just didn't care. So like I've seen that firsthand, and I've also been the person like, I don't think you should do that. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm not, listen, you can do whatever you want to do. I still love you, blah, 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 blah. But I honestly don't think you're probably making a big mistake. And they made the mistake, and it is what it is. And they just gotta live with it. So I mean, it's tricky. It all depends on what you're saying it for, because at the end of the day, people can grow. Females, you know what I mean? You're not obviously not with that person all the time, but it depends on what the information you have on that person, or if you just see the vibe, like, this is probably not for you. It's tough. I think it's nuanced. Every situation is not the same. You should not just have one blanket statement to every friend, but you should just fill it out. And if you have that rapport with that person, then tell them. I mean, all it is honesty. Like if you fall out over honesty with a friend over a female, then maybe you should have revisited. Maybe I shouldn't be friends in the first place.
Do you want your friends to tell, if your friends have a feeling about the girl you would, do you want that information? Do you want that information? Like, yo, your friend sees something. Do you want that information? Do you want your friend to like, yo, I don't.
If I'm planning on marrying this person, tell me.
You want the honest? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just let me know. I mean, shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, be like, tell, like, whatever it is, say it. I mean, let me at least tell me so I can at least think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I at least give me the right to. Okay, obviously, if you know me for an extended period of time, we have love for each other. You my guy. Like, yo, I see this, this, and this. I don't know if that meshes well with you. That's something that you really need to think about and see if you want to be with that long term. You could be that. That ain't nothing crazy.
For some people it is. I mean,
yeah,
for some people it is. Some people can't handle that. You know what I mean? Box.
I don't do it because I've like seen too many people where it'd be like, you tell your man's like, yo, bruh, like that's not it, and they stay with that person, and then they like low key resent you for saying it's messy.
Do you want the information?
I don't. I mean, for me, I don't get like. It depends who's telling me. For real.
Okay.
Like it depends who's telling me in the relationship I have with that person. Like if my man's who I'm just like associate with, like I don't care. Like, but if it's like my brother or like my real man's, like, yo, bruh, I would take some guidance on that. Like, okay, what you see that I might not see. But if it's just like it just really depends on this, and it depends on what it is. Like if you know something about her that I don't know, or you heard something or seen something, yeah, I don't want you to tell me. But it really depends on who it is saying it. But like, because the right person has to say it for it to register as something I should care about.
We all seen movies like this, right? We seen The Best Man. We seen things where it's like, as your man, I mean, not The Best Man. That's a little wild. That's extreme. But we seen stuff like, yo, as your man, you might find out some information. When to tell your man? Should you tell your man? How to tell your man? And it all plays out,
The funny thing is, It is, and then it's not because we know men talk more than women, right? Like as far as like or as much, I would say as much like as far as females is concerned. Like we will definitely talk about females, but it's funny because we do not have a problem with discussing females with each other. We don't. That's not the issue. It comes when you have legit feelings for another female. It's for whatever reason, it's hard to get past that barrier. Like having that conversation about her. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like an off limiting. Like, nah, we can talk about everybody else but her. Like I could tell you, oh, this joint, she out here moving this way. This shit got motion over here. Yeah. Da. We can talk to the cows come home about that. But as soon as it's someone who you have feelings for, and it's like it's touchy feely. It's
because I love her, bro. I love her, bro.
I ain't got nothing to say about her, bro. I don't know. That's just him. That's him over there.
That's facts.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's facts, though.
But I will say, females are kind of. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a female. I can't really say. But what I do know is, I know a lot of females know certain males who do dirt, and they do not tell their friends. They just don't say it.
They don't.
So I mean, I know. Yeah,
I know females like that.
So I'm not sure if it's a. I don't know. I don't know if it's a female male thing. It may just be a thing, like a thing across the board that you just don't want to cross that. You just let it be what it is. Because
I feel like when men find out, they kind of let other men know, like, yo, she a flipper or something. But women is not. It's not this. It's not the same case. It's not because I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. Because even just going back to high school,
they just won't say.
Just go back to high school. You just like, oh wow, they don't
they
say
see it and they just look the other way because
I don't know.
And maybe they've been in that situation. I don't want to use this as an example because it's not a good example. So I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but it's almost like I want to use the Black community because I'm sure this is not just the Black community, it may be all communities, but the least form of domestic violence, not like literally hitting people and all that, but like you see people like couples argue where we grew up and you kind of learn early, or you've been in certain situations where you learn like, listen, the best thing is kind of not to get involved because they just stay together. Yeah, like it's like once you get them, it's like the next week they're actually together, and it's like, oh my god,
it's literally just your point of entry. It's like your point of entry. You thinking, oh, they wilding, but it's like no, this is how this actually the toxicness they end some type of. And you getting yourself into it, you think you're saving somebody, you really not. You're kind of just pulling yourself. You pulling yourself
right back
something.
With the person, and it's like, all right, don't act, don't tell. I'm sorry. I hope don't do that crazy, bro. Please don't do that crazy. But that's just what it is. Like you learn that over time because it's like
they love each other. That's their love language. That's how they deal with each other. It's like they got to do that in order to be cool or something like that. It happens every so often. It's weird. Like that's weird. It's mind your business. That's what I do. I just mind my business.
And I'm glad. It's funny you brought up that because I did want to talk about. I do want to bring Diddy up, because I mean it's a similar situation. Diddy out here wilding. I'm gonna keep it a stack month, and we knew Diddy was wilding because we know Diddy has been wilding. But even when Diddy had the whole fake fight, or not fake fight, but the whole run-in with the kid, too big.
Power?
Yeah, it was just like Diddy wild. Diddy is wild.
But Diddy still Diddy from where you from? Harlem?
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if Diddy's doing that, like Diddy is on a different time. He on another level. But Diddy got motion out there. He got motion out there, and him and Young Miami, it's just a lot.
And he got a kid out there.
Oh yeah, but he has kids. Like he up there. He got Nick Cannon numbers, or Nick Cannon got Diddy numbers rather. But I wanted to ask y'all, looking at the situation, why don't you think Young Miami's girlfriends? Why is no one and I don't know if they are or not. Obviously, we don't know. But do you think that one of her girlfriends should tell her, like, you wildin', like you, like, what are you doing? Like, Diddy is doing this, or like, how do y'all feel about the situation?
I mean, I think I think going into it, like, I don't know, maybe it's the idea of a shortage of men, or
it's not
not shortage of men, but shortage of men, like, far as like with.
I mean, nobody's like that. Diddy. Nobody's Diddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's Diddy. But so I understand that, but so I'm saying, like, that whole if you come to me and your man work at wherever, because people, status and all that stuff matters. We're talking about Young Miami and Diddy, so status and stuff matters. Obviously, we're not talking about regular old folks. So if you come to me and your man is a producer somewhere, or your man work at Walmart, you telling me to stop dating my billionaire, my billionaire boyfriend? Like, you know what I mean? It's like almost, how can you coming at me like, yeah, but he pays for everything. I'm literally living for free. I can do anything I want. He takes care of all my bills. I got a kid, take care of that. He take care of everything, and he just he do his own thing, and we got our own understanding. In her mind and their mind. So it's hard for her friend to come up and say, "Yo, that's not, you can do better." You know what I mean? Or you can do you can find somebody that's really down for you, and you don't got to share a guy. You know what I mean? So, but billionaire. It is hard because it's like, yeah, I hear you. She probably did that, and that dude probably cheated too. So it's like, if men, all the dudes I deal with gonna cheat and do stuff like that, I might as well get cheated on by the billionaire. I guess I don't know, how these women think or how it go, but it's hard. I would think it would be difficult for a girl to tell Young Miami she wilding by messing with Diddy.
I think this kind of thing happens all the time. It's Young Miami. Like it happens all the time. Dudes have understandings with girls, and it's just Young Miami, and she public with it. And it's like, yo, what's happening? But like Diddy single, they said openly all the time they both single, they both do what they want, they do what they want. And like you said, bro, my Young Miami taken care of. Like, she ain't gonna complain. And all her girlfriends probably get taken care of by Diddy too. They ain't gonna complain. So who gonna complain?
But she is complaining. She actually is.
But in the idea of, yo, Diddy picked me. That's powerful. I know that's kind of corny. I know, but as a if a man, you reach a status, you get a bill, you get whatever, and you pick somebody like, yo, I want you. I'm Diddy. That's Diddy. You know what I mean? If Drake picks somebody, if Jay, he would be, but if Jay picks up, if these people pick you, quote unquote, who are you to be like, nah, I want something better? Like, yo, I'm picking. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that that's right. I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying just get in the mind of a 25-year-old woman.
I understand what you're saying.
You're gonna be like, oh, I'm definitely going with Diddy. You know what I mean? I picked you.
I understand what you're saying wholeheartedly, and
I'm not saying it's right.
Let me say this. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I am not hating on Diddy. More power to him. He out here he got motion out there, like a lot of it. But at the same time, I'm speaking strictly of friends. And you gotta like that's not like Young Miami. That is not the right relationship for you. It's not. It's just not the right relationship for you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if it was, then certain stuff wouldn't bother you, and we see stuff bothering you. Like you getting into it with the chick he just got pregnant because clearly something bothered you. Like, and so I mean, if you can get to that point, then that's not the right relationship for you. Whether he's
but that's mature. That could be maturity though, right?
But that's
just not mature enough to deal with that.
I
don't know if you ever be mature enough to deal with it.
But that is my point. He's way more mature. He's been through way more relationships. He's been married,
or immature.
Or whatever, however y'all want to say it, he's at a point in his life where you are not at that point. And what we do know, and he's just at the end of the day, he's just too old for you.
He double age. But we had a conversation about Larsa Pippen and Michael Jordan, son, last week or 2 weeks ago, and it was like, it is what it is.
It's weird. It's all weird. Like Diddy, it's all weird. Like it's all weird, bro.
But I mean, it is what it is. People talk. I mean, it's Diddy. People talk about.
Like, you literally got sons who should
Leonardo DiCaprio, every time his girlfriend turned 21, he moved on from her, right? That's weird. It's a running joke, but it's really true.
Issues. Yeah, that's commitment issues. He got something wrong with him.
But he don't like you over 25. So I think I don't know. I understand why Diddy doesn't want to take nothing serious. It's the one thing he should have took serious. His one woman he should have took serious passed away, to the mother of his kids. He talked about that all the time. So I don't know if he ever even going to take somebody seriously. He was with Cassie for 30 years and you know what I mean? It was just pretty much his arm candy. And she moved on eventually too. So you know what you getting when you getting with somebody Diddy. He a playboy. He can get anything he wants. He got all the money in the world. Commitment is necessarily not something he's willing to do. You know what I mean? So if you're willing to mess with him, this is what comes with that. Now people, and you sign up for that. You got to sign up for that. You come, and it comes with that. And maybe she didn't realize, so when you play that game, and then social media is part of your life, what it is a part of her life. Anybody, I think 30 and under, maybe 20, I don't know, 30 and under. Social media is a huge part of their life, bro.
Integral.
And when something like that come out, and you on social media every day, it's hard for you to not respond. You know what I mean? It's almost like for her not to respond, it would have been like, wow, she's on a different level than I thought she was. So her responding is the norm. She has to. She literally on social media every second of the day. She's always on it. So she has to respond. That's who she is. She's Young Miami.
Listen, it is what it is. More power to him. I'm just saying, like, I'm speaking just strictly of friendship. I think How many friends you think Young Miami got? Keep it buck.
Friends who bold enough to come tell her she's doing something wrong.
Keep it buck. How many friends you think she got?
Be
her friend, being Carisha, whatever.
Or mother. Her mother. Like, a mother should step in and be like, listen, Young Miami, just pay attention to what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. And I will say this, shout out to Diddy.
Man, that's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, man.
He probably getting taken care of by the money he providing.
The main girl, Diddy's main girl, whoever that is at the time, has an allowance of $500,000 in that year. And the side girls have an allowance of $200,000. They just said Diddy bumped her down to $200,000.
Oh,
that's what they said. That's what I heard.
For arguing with Young Miami?
I don't know why. I'm just saying she's been bumped. That's all I know.
That's crazy.
He's been bumped.
That's a life. That's a life to live, bro. That's a life to live, bro. I can't even. I don't want to make that much money to live a life like that. That's kind of crazy.
It is wild.
That's why, because it's like you got to be different. You just got to serve too many things. That's craziness. That's craziness.
He's tax writing off girls, bro.
He's wild. Speaking of, I do want to touch on, another, brother, King, Black King. He's juggling a lot of females. Nick Cannon. I wanted to ask this.
What
Nick
happened
Cannon,
now?
I think he had a photo op. Some people call it a photo op. He took Christmas pictures with one of his child's mothers. Well, she has 3 of his children, and he took pictures with her, put it online. And one of the baby mothers had issues with it. Like, I'm not no photo op type girl. Something blah, blah. But there were other baby mothers who stuck up for Nick. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to
she didn't want to be a part of the photo. She said no to it. You saying? She said
no, not all of them. He just took a photo with one baby mother and the 3 kids he has with them. His other baby mother made a statement about it, like a negative statement about he just made a negative statement. And then a couple of other baby mothers got on the other one and like whatever. I'm just saying.
That's crazy. This is crazy.
It is. It's insane.
This is crazy.
It's insane. My question is, because a lot of men think that they can handle multiple women, and polygamy and those things. What are y'all thoughts on that? Like, is it realistic for a man to handle multiple women? Like, and when I mean handle, I mean literally have relations with them, quote unquote, polygamy, that whole thing. Because I'm hearing a lot about it. I was at a family function, a Christmas dinner with my family, and one of my cousins literally ran right up to me. Shout out to him. I'm not going to mention his name. And he was just like, yo, what are your thoughts on polygamy, Rev? Like, I'm like, yo, you gotta chill. You gotta relax.
That's the icebreaker. Yo, what's your thoughts on polygamy?
I seen it. Man, like, yo, I've been grooming my wife. I'm telling her now. I'm like, yo, it's getting crazy. This is getting wild. So what do y'all say to that?
I think
spiritual element to it too. But
yeah.
All that being equal.
I think it, some people look at it as a sport or as a something to be, something to look up, idolize it, and not, I don't know. I guess what you're going into it for matters, right? I think when I listen to Nick Cannon, the reason I give Nick Cannon a lot of bail for some reason, I don't know, because when I listen to him, he seems like he's an intentional type of dude, right? He don't seem like he out here just moving in any type of way. Now, I'm not throwing out the fact that potentially he was. Some of these baby mothers might have been some like he just ended up getting them pregnant, and other ones was probably more intentional. Potentially, I don't know. I don't know the ramifications behind all of them.
I think I'll say this. I think, and what he said was, I think he just had a roster of women that he dealt with, and he wasn't using condoms with them. And if you do not use condoms, women get pregnant. Like that's a legit fact. I think he just had a roster. He had a few women that he kind of dealt with, and it shows. If you look at the pattern, look at the flow chart, it shows that. But anyways, you can go.
Yeah, but still, yes. Yes, I'm sure a lot of men of that stature have rosters that they don't get pregnant. You know what I mean?
So you don't have to have that stature to have a roster, though.
Yes, you don't.
We know that,
and people don't. So I think, but the amount of kids and the amount of kids that got, it's something going into that. Like, I feel like he wanted at least somebody to get pregnant at some point. Like,
absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. So I think some people end up getting pregnant. Maybe he was intentional with others. So I don't know. I don't know his side of the story, but when he talks, he seems like somebody with some common sense to like know that if he gonna do this and when it's happening, he understands, the consequences or the benefits or whatever to what he's doing. So that's what I'm somewhat giving him bail. But still, I don't know. Polygamy, I don't know. I never really thought about it. I've seen it, I think about it when it comes up on my timeline, maybe something like that, but I've never thought about it for my life or nothing like that. I mean, I don't know, man. It seems, from what I've known, from what I subscribe to, I think one woman is enough. I think the bond between you and your wife or you and your significant other is, is what you need. I don't know. I haven't gained any knowledge on the importance of polygamy, the benefits of polygamy, or what you can get from it. You know what I mean? Maybe. I guess people are saying financially it helps, but I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? I really don't know. Or it helps with the children in the house where you got live-in nanny, or I really have no idea. I can think of many ways why it can help, and it could be a burden, but I never really gave it much thought, to be honest with you.
Box.
Man, it's fun. Historically, like when you look at like in Africa and stuff, polygamy was based off of when you reached a certain status, you were able to add a wife. Like that's how that went. Like when you reached a certain amount of wealth, a certain status, you could add a wife, and it was like if the head wife was always the first wife, but she was with you, and you guys picked wives, or maybe she couldn't have children no more, so you find another wife. So polygamy had it had rules into it. It had like structure in it, right? So
even in the Bible is heavy polygamy.
People didn't just go like people didn't just go have wives, right? Like Mr. Farrakhan, like when you look at people who subscribe stuff like that, there's rigid rules to.
Farrakhan got multiple wives.
Yes, he has multiple wives.
He said he did. I thought he said he did.
Yeah, he has multiple wives. He has wives by other.
I really thought he said
the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had.
Yes,
I know Elijah Muhammad did. I thought. Yeah, I didn't know.
You have your head wife, and then you have the wives. It's a structure. Yeah, it's a structure. It's not just like you find it's a whole structure to it. Which again, I don't think common people are referring to polygamy that way. I think people just see it as I have multiple women with me.
Which people try to do anyway.
Yeah, I think the idea of having that's one woman is enough, like in my mind, and I'm married, and she is more than enough to deal with. So I wouldn't even think about it. But
so is Diddy doing that?
I don't know.
No, he's not.
Is thinking that far through.
Nick Cannon not doing that either.
That there is a structure to it that everybody doesn't subscribe to. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Unless that's a real thing.
I would say Diddy is. I don't think Diddy is doing it per se, but
in a way, in his own way,
Nick is technically doing it. And I would throw Nick some bell too, because we don't know. Mariah Carey's not saying anything either. All of Nick's baby mothers have multiple children with him. It's only one who has one, and that's the one that got something to say. That's something to be said. So maybe he learned his lesson already. I'm not gonna give you another one. I give everybody else more children. I'm not gonna give you one because you talk too much. Shout out to Nick. But I would say with polygamy, I agree with Box. Like culturally, it is something that people do in other cultures. But I think it is a status thing. And when people say that, I do want to be clear. When people say, "Oh, it's in the Bible," like it's a lot of things that's in the Bible. That doesn't mean that God is like saying that this is what you should do.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I'm
it's
just
a
saying,
history of a nation in the Bible. So wrongdoing is in the Bible. That's not saying God is not saying do wrong.
Yeah.
But what I mean by that is it's like as far as having multiple wives, like when you read about multiple wives, like kings had multiple wives. So I mean, like if you're not a king, then don't like it. This does not apply to you. This does not apply to you if you are not a person with status of a king. So like when we talk about the United States, we cannot fathom it because that's not our culture. We don't even know what that means because that's just not what we do. We have people who make a lot of money, and maybe you have the ability and means to support multiple women. That's one way of looking at it. But in this type of culture, like when you look at it, all cultures, polygamy is related to not just like money, but like a certain level of status in the feudal system. Meaning, like if you are a prince, a duke who you have wealth, not just money, but wealth, and you can maintain this lifestyle with multiple women and multiply.
Yeah, and keep that bloodline going.
That's the point of it. You're having multiple children.
Yes,
so that's why I'm saying Nick is the only one. I'm not saying only, but Nick Cannon is doing it because he's multiplying. His offspring is out there with multiple women who he's taking care of. So I mean, at least that what we know of, what we see on face value.
Yeah, like I don't know if y'all heard about the dude Polite or whatever. Was it Dr. Polite? I don't know. His name Polite. Right? Yeah, he talks about it. He obviously does that. He
got multiple children.
Got multiple wives.
Oh, multiple children. Okay.
Yeah, he in a polygamy type of relationship where he got his own situation. So I mean, I don't know. I never really gave information. I never gave thought to it because I just like you said, my culture, my society, we see it as that's looking down on it, but because we see it as somebody's cheating or going out of the side of the family, not having a understanding or having a social or a spiritual contract with people, understanding that what I'm doing this for. I'm essentially reproducing myself.
Because at some point, women can stop having children. Like that's a real thing. And as a male, you can have children into your later ages. So you get younger wives to have more children. So again, if you look at the structure of it, like if I'm 60 and my first wife is 60 with me, and I still want to have children, I obviously have to go find somebody else to have children with. Like so, when you look at the structure of it, that's what people did in those days because people wanted to have a lot of children because in some societies you was judged for how many children you had. So if you could have 18, 20 children, you wouldn't have did that.
Oh, you is that me? I couldn't hear you, Box.
No, it's you.
That's me. It's me. But that takes a man though, right? Because
I was about to say that if you're poor, don't do it. Like if you're poor, don't.
Or if you don't have the mentality, because
poor. How about that?
And the mentality of dealing with multiple women, you need.
I'm serious.
You need real knowledge. It comes with knowledge. It comes with understanding. It comes with other things, bro.
They're actually taking care of these women. Like they're not working. That's like when Rad said, you have a nanny, and like, no, that's not why you do that. Not for a nanny, not to have.
I mean, the nanny title, not the nanny title, but take care of your children, not having to have to send your child out to daycares and stuff like that. You can,
but take care of the women. No,
take care of the women, and they're gonna take care of the children. Yeah.
Yes, that is the point, though. You take care of the women, and they take care of the kids. If you're in a polygamous relationship, you have enough means to take care of the women, so they can take care of the kids. That's the idea of it, everybody.
Yes.
But yeah. So
if you poor, don't do it.
Yeah, please don't do that. Just focus on not being poor. Do y'all want to stay on culture? Do you have something, Red?
Far as culture, do I got something?
I mean, I do want to discuss something.
No, I think the rest of my well, you could talk about. I don't know if y'all want to talk about Gunna or stuff like that, or Tory. That's what I'm saying. That type of stuff.
Okay, I mean, I just talk about that. I mean, it's been long overdue. I'll say, like, the question: if Tory didn't do it, then who did do it? Like, it's only 3 people, and clearly we know Meg did not shoot herself.
Mm-hmm. And the driver is, but I think it's suspicious that the driver is just Vanished.
True.
That's
I mean,
suspicious.
it's not suspicious. People vanish. Witnesses vanish all the time. Like, so I mean, that's not. I don't think it's suspicious of anything. But and I mean, it's not. How he's not dead. Like, he's just not coming to the stand. He's not gonna testify. That happens literally in.
I'm not saying that it does, but it does. It says something. It could give you a type of,
It could say that Tory paid him off. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so we do know, because nobody is saying this narrative. So Meg did not shoot herself. So take Meg out of it. At least two other individuals, Meg, Frank Kelsey, and Tory Lanez, right? We do know that she was shot or bullet fragment, whatever. A gun was fired. She was hurt by the gun being fired. Somebody had to fire the gun. Something happened to where the gun was fired. It's only two people. I mean, regardless of whatever y'all say, do y'all think that the girl Kelsey shot her friend?
No, I think Tory did it.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like, regardless of what's going on with the case, I don't know if Tory is going to be convicted.
I don't think he's going to be convicted and stuff, but I think
he did.
I think he did it.
He did something stupid.
He got a temper. We've seen Tory out. Tory has a temper. He got that Napoleon complex, that little man complex. He got a temper.
He got upset.
He got upset. He kicked them both out the car. He shot shots at the ground, and one of them hit her in the foot. That's what happened. That's what I think. That's what happened.
From reading the case,
but then who did?
You think Kelsey did it?
He was messing with both.
It doesn't matter.
He was messing with both of them. Kelsey, she married. She the jealous type. She mad weird. If you watch her testimony, she OD weird. So
she shot her friend. Is that what you said?
I think she did do it. I think it will come out that Kelsey did it.
Yeah, but I think that Tory, like, listen, facing 20 years or facing like a long time in prison, like, at some point you snitch. Like, you just say, like, she did it, nigga. She shot this chick. Just
understand this, right? We know females who've been dealing with other friends for 10 plus years, and they got that animosity, that toxic nature. And then we know men who just got that weird thing where they would hit a woman, or they just got that. We know men like that, bro. We know men like that, bro. I'm not saying Tory is like some. No, he took that gun. He shot that at the ground.
No, but what I'm saying is,
I'm sorry, he did that.
Look at the merits of the cases. Where I'm following. I don't know. I'm weird.
Now it's reasonable doubt. I think he's not going to get caught as reasonable doubt.
She done changed her story 4 times. She changed her story 4 times.
But that's not irregular.
That's not like a thing. If you know what happened, you don't change your story multiple times.
That's not true.
4 different.
I'm not going to get that back.
You change your story.
I'm not gonna get that.
So, I mean, Meg changed her story mad times too.
Yeah,
exactly.
So did Tory.
But exactly. Nobody has the same story.
Who didn't change the story.
No. Tory's the only one saying that he didn't. He didn't even say he didn't shoot her. He really didn't even say that.
Tory the same story from the beginning. Meg's changed her story, and Kelsey's changed their story.
Meg said from the jump she didn't want Tory to go to jail. I believe that. She was having sex with him. She liked him. That's not. I don't believe. I believe that. I do. I believe it because it's believable. Like, girls do that all the time. They literally do that all the time until they get pushed to a point where it's like, oh my God, I can't.
Thought she was gonna get public pity, and that's what she did it for, and she got it. Now the story coming out, and everybody like, yo, Meg was lying. Everybody saying Meg lying.
So tell me,
Meg lying. Other people Meg lying because she thought.
So tell me, you think Kelsey got the gun out of Tory's hand and shot at Meg?
Shot 5 times.
You think she took it out of his house? Like, what do you think?
No. I
mean, I don't know how she got the gun. I mean, I can't. I wasn't there, so I can't say exactly what happened. But I'm just saying, try to create it in your mind. What do you think? But what I'm saying from the stories, from listening to the actual people who was there, I do not believe that Tory did it. I think the girl did it.
Tory did it.
I don't think Tory did it.
I know he did it.
Tory 1,000% did it. We know that. Like, we don't have.
The problem with the case is if Tory did do it, they're doing a terrible job of proving.
No, we agree on that.
It's he say, she say.
We agree on that.
Yeah, he say, she say.
We agree on that. And we also know that Tory.
If there wasn't a reasonable doubt, it wouldn't be a discussion. But the fact that there's a reasonable doubt means
the one person know for sure who did it. You know who it is? The driver. Where is he at?
No, it's not one person. They all know who did it. Everybody knows who did it. Tory know he did it.
So
Kelsey know Tory did it, and Meg know Tory did it. Like that's not like that.
So why? If everybody knows who did it,
Box and murder. Listen,
come on, Sam. That's not true. Bro.
Box.
That's not true.
Box.
That's not true.
Box. Have you ever been a juror? Have you ever been a juror?
A juror, no.
Have you ever been a juror, Rat?
No, I was supposed to. I didn't show up. Sorry.
I showed
Hope you'll
up.
find me.
I did my civic duty. Stories change all the time. Like this is not new. This is literally not new.
Sam, stories changing create reasonable doubt. Do they not?
Yes.
When stories change,
we're not arguing that. We're not arguing. We're not arguing. I know. We agree. Everybody agrees that there's a reasonable doubt in what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get convicted.
But you know what's funny? He actually, the case that I was when I was a juror, there was reasonable doubt. There was a lot of it, but what happened was when we the thing about it, it all depends on who the jurors are, because reasonable doubt, that's fine. You can have reasonable doubt and still convict somebody. It's very possible because you can just be reasonable as a juror. Everybody can't come together and say you can see the play like we're saying. Oh, he bribed her. Oh, he did. Like you can just put all the pieces together. That's all it takes. All it takes is a few strong-minded jurors to kind of just keep the argument pushing and keep a strong narrative. Because I was a juror, but I was an alternate, so I had to be there. I couldn't speak. I was just a part of the deliberation. I had to be there. You have two alternates. And when I sat back there and watched these 12 white women talk about this case, and I'm just listening, I'm like, this is how shit go. It could go either way. Yeah. Like, I'm like, damn, like they just want, all it takes is a snowball. And it's like just one, every time we kept coming back for deliberation, it was the same narrative. And what it was they didn't want to put all this on this she was a young teacher. I don't want to get a case too much. I don't know if I can get in trouble, but it was a young teacher. But the whole point was they didn't want to mess her life up. That was just the narrative. No matter what the evidence said, we do not want to mess her life up. I'm like, damn, they don't even listen to the facts. They never messed her life up. They sided in her favor. So I'll go.
And Meg got the story. Meg got the story.
But the only point I'm making is when you look at the case, the gunpowder, that they didn't find DNA on the ammo of the gun.
Like, it doesn't matter. He shot her. Somebody shot the gun. Box.
Okay, I'm not saying that. Obviously somebody shot the gun. The only point I'm making is that there is a believable story out there that Tory didn't do it.
Kelsey didn't do it.
I don't think he did it. I don't think Tory did it.
So Tory is being a stand-up individual by not saying that Kelsey did it, is what you're saying.
Tory don't have to say that Kelsey do it. His defense is doing that. The defense is making a story.
No. What I'm saying I'm saying that Tory then is being a stand-up individual, quote unquote, by not snitching on Kelsey.
He told his lawyers that Kelsey did it, which is why they brought her on the stand and they're ripping her to shreds. That's why her story is changing. That's why they found female DNA on the gun. He told his people, and they're doing their job and proving it. I don't think he did it. And the point is, if there was no shred of evidence that nobody else did it, it would play out that way. There is a believable story right now that Tory did not shoot the gun. That's a believable story.
I don't think he's going to jail. I say that. I don't think he's going to jail.
I think he's going to jail.
I don't think so.
No. I honestly think that we're going to be.
The story's not good enough. The story's not good enough. It's like
the story does not have to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The story does not. It doesn't.
You're right. It does not have to be. You're right. I agree with you. I don't think he should
believe that he did.
Based on what we got, based on evidence that's being presented, Tory, it doesn't look like he
looked innocent.
But based on my mind, I think he did. That's what I'm saying.
This is I will say this to y'all. The key testimony is not Meg. I don't think Tory's going to get the stand. The key testimony is
the fact that Meg had to get on the stand kind of is bad. I think
it's Kelsey.
And she looked terrible.
It doesn't matter. It's the friend.
She got a deal. She got a deal.
And that's the point. When you look at her testimony, it's just like the question is the fundamental question is this for the jurors. Do you believe that Kelsey did it? Is there enough evidence to say that she shot the gun 5 times. Nobody realistically believes that. Like it just is. You believe that?
Yes.
What I do know is that this is the issue. The issue is once we found out that the gun was shot 5 times, I think nobody's saying that the narrative that they fought over the gun. That was a narrative, right? Oh, they was
whoever did it did it.
Just went
whoever
off.
did it did it.
But that's the point. Whoever did it did it. And I think this was gonna happen whenever it's over.
They're gonna pick one.
They're going to pick one. It's not going to be in the middle, Box. Nobody's going to be. I think Kelsey did it.
I think Kelsey did it. It's going to be. Kelsey did it.
Somebody, the foreman is going to say, "Listen, y'all, it's only 2 people that could have shot this girl."
I agree.
Well, technically, the driver could have shot her too.
But the job of the defense is to make the jury believe that his client didn't.
They're doing that.
They're doing a good job.
They're doing a great job of that. Shout out to them.
That's all I'm saying.
So we agree that the lawyer is doing his job. Shout out to him.
And Kelsey looked guilty, and that's their job to make her look guilty. She looked guilty.
But that means I think all 12 jurors going to look at each other and say, "Listen, pick one. Who did it? Did Tory do it?"
But that's not their job. That's not. I hear what you're saying, Sam. But that's not their job because Kelsey is not on trial. Tory is. The question is, did Tory do it? Yes or no?
Yes.
I'm just saying they got to answer.
No,
that's what they got to answer.
No,
did Tory do it? Yes or no? If your answer is no, then he didn't do it.
Okay, but I don't know. That's not realistic.
I'm telling you, that's what they should be on.
No, that's what they should be on
trial.
But people are human.
Yes.
So that's the whole. This is a jury of peers. This is why bad convictions happen all the time because
wrong convictions happen all the time. They do.
You get human. People get human and say, "Okay, do I believe this is what they're going to say because this is what humans do."
Do I believe the girl, a best friend of 20 years, shot her friend
5 times or shot 5 times?
Come on, when they were sleeping with the same guy, she clearly is a weirdo. She clearly crazy. She got
drunk.
Is she weirdo? I don't know how she a weirdo. What makes her weirdo? I don't know.
I read. If you read the transcript of her testimony, she weird. It's just the story. The way
I don't think she was weird. She was lying. Like it's not being weird. She was just lying.
She got it.
Okay, she got a liar. Whatever you want to call it.
It came off as weird because you're lying. She's lying.
She's told 4 different stories. She got immunity now. Like again,
that's every case. That's
all of the breadcrumbs is pointing to she probably shot Meg. Like,
so why is Meg lying? So okay, explain that. Why is Meg lying?
Yeah, because that's her friend. She's more.
Why would Meg lie on Tory Lanez? That's
because it was a bad breakup. Women lie on men for less. Women lie on men for less. It was a bad breakup. She dragged, and on top of, she dragged Tory through public shame, and she thought she was gonna get a boost in her career from that. And now she's getting dogged by everybody in the industry for saying she's a liar. Like it's just.
So you telling me that's enough to want to send a man to jail for 10 years, whatever it is?
People do that. Come on, y'all. People send black men to jail for less. Come on, like let's.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Unless she's literally covering for her friend.
You don't think she will cover for her friend?
I'm not saying no. I do think that. Yes, I do think that. Yes, I do think that. But at the same time, it's just like
sending him away.
Man, sometimes the facts is in our face.
If Meg is doing that, she is the worst type of person.
In my face, and her friend looked mad guilty. She looked.
If Meg is doing that, she is the worst type of person, bro. That's all I'm saying. She is literally the worst type of person. If she's going to stand on there and say Tory did it, knowing damn well she know he did it, that's different level, bro.
And the thing is, but Box, it's believed. The thing is, the most likely story, and that's not always the right story.
It's not.
But the most likely story in this situation is that whatever happened, everybody got upset. It is believable, more believable for me that Tory got the gun. He's drunk. He's upset. He's belligerent.
He kicked him out the car. Yo, get out of here.
He shot the gun 5 times and did not mean to do that. That literally happens all the time where people don't mean to do something and something bad happens. This seems like that situation. I'm not like saying Tory, you're the worst person in the world. I'm not like Maul. We're saying you're a clown. Like it was a stupid.
No, that's clown. That's clown. You can't shoot at a. You can't shoot
did not shoot at a girl.
You can't shoot at
a girl
because they shoot at the same dude.
But listen,
they drunk to get to an argument, and she wild out and do something stupid.
Let me ask you,
Sam, you can't shoot at nobody when you're drunk, bro. That's wild. You're stupid.
Tory was drunk.
Let me ask y'all this. Have you ever been in a car driving with a female and y'all had the worst argument over the world and you start swerving?
What, like on purpose?
Yes.
No.
Y'all have never done that.
That's wild.
No. I'm not playing with my life. I'm not playing with people's lives, bro.
All the time.
I would never do that. That's wild.
That's like saying when you get in an argument with a girl, you will like choke her and like put her down. Like, yo,
I'm
listen
not saying
to me.
choke her. I'm not saying.
If you would pull out a gun and shoot at her feet, you would probably hit her.
But he did not shoot at her feet.
He didn't shoot the gun. That's the point.
He did the like the Nino Brown, like it was like that type of vibe, like dance.
Sam,
you know what I mean?
Taking a gun out and shooting it at the ground.
People shooting the air. He was studio busing. People
Sam, that in itself, that person that would do that is a wild. That's wild. Sam.
I'm not denying that. Nobody.
That is wild as hell.
Wild.
You should not.
I'm not denying that it's not wild. What I'm saying is that it's like I'm not about to be like, yo, this dude is the worst person in the world.
He's
like
not the worst, but he's a. I put you over here as like somebody. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I think it's crazy.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it is a person.
I think we'll see how the court case plays out. I don't think Tory did it. I think Kelsey did it, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see.
How did she get the gun? You think he gave her the gun?
I don't know how she got the gun.
But I just want to make it sense though. Like she had to ask for the gun, he had to give her the gun, and she had to shoot it.
Tory, it could have been in the console.
Tory did it.
Place in the car.
Tory did it. Tory
paid. You don't know where the gun came from.
He paid off Kelsey.
She had amnesia.
He paid off her stylist. She had amnesia. The stylist had amnesia.
The driver is gone.
Yes, it's like we don't gotta be that
stupid. So y'all
stupid.
want me to take my logical mind and dismiss all of the evidence in front of me that is clearly pointing towards a woman shot the gun? That's the physical evidence.
No, the physical evidence is showing us that Tory bribed everybody on the case. That's what we say.
Why? Okay, Box. Just one question. We can get out of here because we aren't long.
Box,
why is the driver?
Where's the driver?
Where's the driver at?
Why does the driver disappearing have to do with Tory and not? Why can't it be Kelsey and Meg telling them to go away because they know who did it? Why is that only on Tory? Why wouldn't it be both sides of the case?
Because it's his driver.
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What do we mean?
I think that's a weak argument.
No, okay, you saying maybe Rock Nation paid him off? That's
weak. It's money talk. If Megan people got wind that he know that Kelsey did it and she's been lying, you don't think they can go to Tory Lane's driver and give him a bag and say disappear?
Okay.
Yes, that's possible.
So why did her stylist?
It got to be Rock Nation. That's Rock Nation. You saying Rock Nation doing all this?
Okay.
The bag is the bag.
Okay, but then that doesn't explain why the stylist had amnesia.
So why did Meg's story change 3 times? Why did Kelsey story's thing? Did she have amnesia?
Because they women.
Yeah, like
that's the point I'm making. If people's story change all the time, then the style stories change. That's what you just said.
But that's not an indication. That's not an indication of like just because their story changed doesn't mean that Tory Lanez did not shoot her or shoot 5 times. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is
it is believable that the story changed.
Sam, all I'm saying, there was 100% fact that nobody else had the possibility of doing it.
It's only one other person. It's not 100%. It's 50%.
So, Sam, if there was, and Tory shot the gun, it would be physical evidence to indicate that his hand was on the trigger.
Box, he get convicted. He get convicted. He get convicted. Yes or no?
No, he get off because he didn't do it.
Preach, he get convicted.
I think so.
I don't think he get convicted. Anything going either way, I don't think he get convicted.
At least one charge will stick. Is what I'm saying.
They did offer him a plea deal right before this. They did offer him.
Yeah, but it was like 20 years.
No, it wasn't. It was like a year. It was a year and a day.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. It just came out. It wasn't.
It was a plea deal about
it was
discharging a weapon.
Sorry, I'm talking about somebody else.
They gave him a discharging a weapon plea deal for a year and a day or something like that.
They're saying that, and sometimes he probably should have just took it. But he's gonna get deported. I guess that's the big thing.
Yeah, a year and a day and deported if he get.
But I mean, if you're deported, you're not in the country, so he wants to be in the country. I guess.
And he fighting the case. Yeah, he fighting the case. So I mean, he didn't take the plea. He fighting the case. So he might have didn't do it. He might have didn't do it. He might have didn't do it. I don't know. My gut say he did it. My gut say he did it, but at the same time, Meg is a liar, so I can't trust her either. So you know, we can go. Y'all want to talk about Gunna? Y'all think Gunna snitch? We can be sure. Y'all think Gunna snitch? Do you care? I don't care. He out of jail. I don't care. I don't want people to be in jail. We got this weird narrative about you got to stay in jail. Get out of jail if you can. I don't care. That's me.
I agree. But I will say this: like, we need this. Like, snitching needs to stop being so complicated. Like, we just making everything so complicated. He gave a statement. He snitched. Like, but we know that like snitching has different variations, and if you're smart, you can differentiate that. Yep. It's fine.
What he did to me is fine. I don't care. I think he's fine.
Well, okay, it's fine. But he did snitch. He did snitch. He cooperated with the police. Like, it's a fact he did that. He made statements. He did that. That's snitching, y'all. Because like civilians can snitch. It's just telling, you tattletelling. Like that, you can do that. Doesn't mean that it has the same weight as some, like if you do a crime with somebody, two people do a crime and one snitch on the other person, like that. No, it's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
But it is snitching. Like.
But it's different variations.
Yeah, it's different variations of it. Yeah,
he just, if you read the statement, he just confirmed what everybody knew already. But
what they knew.
That's fine, but he's still cooperating. You confirmed it. You confirmed it. That's snitching. Yes.
Yeah, he got out of jail. And
yes,
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Get out of jail and do what you gotta do. Hopefully he talked to Thug and they knew what was gonna happen.
I do believe that. I do believe on some level, like Gunna wasn't a part of that. Like that none of that stuff had anything to do with him. But at the same time,
Thug probably told him to. He like, bro, just do it, bro.
But at the same time, you be careful who you hang around. That's too.
But Thug, they trying to get Thug for 30, 40 years, bro. That's
all money ain't good money. This is a life lesson to everybody out there. Because once you get involved with certain people who doing certain things, evil communication, corrupt good manners. I don't care what you are.
Bro, this is cyclical, right? Remember when we was younger, this happened to Murder Inc. Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, they all got caught up like every 5, 6, 7, 8 years, a major group get caught up in this because they 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and people rap stars get caught up. This happens all the time. This is our version of it.
It's like one of those things that attorney generals do like around elections. They want a big fish. So they like build these cases against these big fish and they do it. And like in Atlanta that's Thug in Atlanta. Like, come on, it kind of get no bigger than that. So it's like, yeah, it happens.
All right. Oh, last thing, Brittany Griner trade. Y'all care? Do y'all think it was the worst trade of all time? Yeah, happy Brittany out. The Merchant of Death.
I do. I am happy that Brittany is out because I'm just happy that she's out. But I think it's an agenda. The election is coming. They just threw out the whole LGBTQ. I'm going to protect you. And it's no coincidence that he brought out Brittany Griner, who was gay. I'm going to protect you. That's what he's saying. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to protect your rights. They just, you know what I mean, sent that federal law about protect. I'm like, nobody's stupid.
Yeah.
So you think it was Trump?
It's calculated. Yes.
So if you think it was Trump, he would have got the Marine out. He would have got the Marine out. I'm saying he would have swapped the Marine.
Trump would have left for this.
Yeah. I mean, he whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
Him. Like Joe Biden didn't do it because it benefited Brittany Griner. He did it because it benefited him. Like that's all I'm saying, and that's fine because what we know is when interests align, good things can happen. Yes. That's how the world works. That's how politics works.
Politics pander to communities all the time.
Yeah, so
it happens all the time.
It is what it is.
And hey, so shout out to BG. They said she out here dunking again.
I have no care. I mean, like whatever. I mean,
they said the Merchant of Death out here. Merchant of Death. So hey, maybe he got neutered in his. Maybe he realized. Maybe he found God. Maybe he found God in jail. It's possible. It's possible he changed his life. It's possible.
The Merchant of Death.
Yeah, he may be the Merchant of Life. Maybe the Merchant of Life now.
He definitely sold some warheads to.
No, he's the Merchant of Life now. Shout out to the Merchant of Life. That might be the name of the pop.
Soon as the Merchant of Death got out, he 1,000% went to Morocco and got crazy. Like
he changed his life around. He's the Merchant of Life now.
I guarantee you, He just sold some uranium 2 days ago. I guarantee that. That I know. Once a criminal,
he just got out and got baptized. Man, shout out to the merchant of life.
Criminal, always a criminal.
Let me. Okay.
He's an arms dealer.
Let's pay some bills, quote unquote, whatever bills we got. This pod is brought to you by Luxury Design Company. They're here for all your wedding and party needs. They provide many decor options, throne chairs, letter tables, much more. Hit them up on Facebook at Luxury Design Co. and Honeybook to place your orders. Hit us up. All right. What y'all done with culture? I don't got anything more culture. Nope. Let me see. Nope. I got a couple of things on the NFL I want to talk, and I got a couple of things on the NBA. It's kind of like not even directly on it. I guess I can let's go NFL first. I got Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons was on I forgot what he was on. He was on some
Miller, right?
Yeah, he's on Von. He's on the Voncast. Shout out to Von Miller. He being productive some type of way. Torn ACL, whatever. Hope he get back right next year. We come back right and we go for a 2-peat. But he said, is it Jalen Hurts or is it Eagles? So pretty much saying how good you think Jalen Hurts is compared to how good you think the Eagles is. Do you think that's fair enough for, like, obviously Micah Parsons to say that ain't about to play this week? Like, do you think that's a fair question? And what's your answer to that question?
I mean,
is it more the Eagles or more Hurts?
I think it is a combination of both. Like, obviously Jalen Hurts is not a top 5 quarterback of any stretch of the imagination.
No.
But I think at the same time, I think that the Eagles have done an amazing job with creating an offense around Jalen Hurts. And when you put someone as talented as Jalen Hurts with good players around him, good things happen. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do I think that, like, at the end of the day, it's just like, if Josh Allen was on the Eagles, would they have a better record? Like, they only lost 1 game. So, I mean, in Micah Parsons saying that, like, what does that mean? Like, if you talk about on an individual basis, is he better than the top 10 quarterbacks? Probably not. But, like, okay. Jalen Hurts is a huge reason for their success.
Yeah, let me say, is he better than Dak?
Yes.
You think so?
Absolutely. I've never been a Dak fan. Dak has always been overrated.
I don't know. I can't. Dak has more success than Jalen Hurts.
I think Dak will be 11-1 with Dak will be 11-1 with the Eagles.
I mean, I don't know. I don't. It's hard to do those arguments, right?
I got one. I think it's an interesting one. Who would you rather take right now? Would you rather take Jalen Hurts or Justin Fields?
Jalen Hurts.
I think Jalen Hurts is a better passer, but like,
he's on the ball.
Is he? Okay.
Well, I don't know because Jalen Hurts, his first year was trash. He was just as trash as Justin Fields passing the ball.
He took his team to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I mean, he barely
Jalen Hurts went to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he snuck in. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that, like, his passing was awful.
His first year he played, but he got 5 games. Then the second year,
yeah, I'm talking about starting.
He got AJ Brown and things got shaken. I mean, Justin Fields, he doesn't have AJ Brown, so I mean, I don't like grading it on that. Like, okay. Do I think like Lamar Jackson is 10 times better than both of them? By far, because he has awful receivers and he makes it work. You know what I'm saying? So
it's not a fair comparison to Lamar.
I'm just saying he doesn't. If
I tested me, I would take Justin Fields over Jalen Hurts. I test. How I feel about them. I think Justin Fields is a better quarterback. I think he's going to be he's the better talent. I think overall, he's the better talent.
I think it's disrespectful. I think Jalen Hurts having a great season. Like, I think he's playing good.
The MVP front runner right now. I would say
a great season. Right? I think
he's going to be.
But I think the problem is every time we've seen Jalen Hurts surrounded with adequate talent, they win. Like, he won at Alabama with great talent. He won at Oklahoma with great talent. Like, he wins. Like, he's a winner. Like, he's whether you like him, how he play or not, when he has the talent around him, he's proven he can win. So he's winning. Like, I don't. Every quarterback will want great talent around them. What quarterback does not want great talent? Like, I think it's just a dumb argument to make that we want our quarterbacks to have less talent to prove how good they are. Every team wants great talent. Jalen Hurts it's not like he's not using it. AJ Brown's having a Pro Bowl season with Jalen Hurts. Devontae Smith is having a great year with Jalen Hurts. Like,
Miles Sanders look amazing.
Everybody's balling. He's making people around him. He's making them good. He's making them better. Like, he's having a great year. I just think Micah Parsons is here. That's all I'm saying. I think he is. Which he should do. That's his rival. He should do it. It's his rival. They don't like each other. He should sow seeds like that because, on the other hand, Micah Parsons is once in a generation himself, so he can back it up what he's saying. So I'm not mad at Micah.
So what's your answer?
I think it's both. I think it's always a combination of both.
It's not
more of.
But you can't do that. You can't do one of the other because you can say that with a lot of teams. Like,
what team can you say that with?
I mean, it's just like this. Jalen Hurts is responsible for certain wins. Like, he's played very well in certain games. And other games, they relied on other players or defense. That happens all the time. That's not like unique to just Jalen Hurts. That happens with every quarterback. So I mean, it's like people make plays. I think it's a bad argument. I don't like that. I refuse the argument.
How do you prove that? Like, how do you prove there's more egos than Jalen Hurts?
Like, is it more Micah Parsons or is it more Cowboys defense?
I just think it's hate.
It's
more Micah to me because you see it when you see.
All we're saying is that Micah Parsons is just a better player. But I mean, he's an elite player.
But I'm saying you see it where it's clear as evidence when you see like a San Francisco. Clearly, it's not the quarterbacks. You know what I mean? It's clearly the teams. That's clear as day. Because whoever at the quarterback, they win. For some reason, Shanahan get his guys, the scheme, or whatever it is, they figure it out. Andy Reid shows it's me.
Well, no,
is it?
Well, no, wait.
Now,
San Fran has to have a confident quarterback because when he had
they got Mr. Irrelevant out there, bro. What you talking about?
Wait, stop. But that's
he's
unfair.
Not bad though.
But when he had Nick Mullins and that other bum, they didn't win.
That's
that
a fact.
They did.
No, they did not. They did not win with Nick Mullins.
The whole argument was he wins, and when he's not there, they don't. So San Fran has to have competency at the quarterback position.
You have to have competency.
He has to have competency. No team wins with an
to tell me Mr. Irrelevant 7th-round pick, a rookie is competent.
Yes.
It's a stretch to assume that he's going to be competent.
That's not true. We have an example.
Competent. He's competent.
We have an example in the league who's literally like we've seen a 7th-round pick be the best quarterback in the league. So I mean it's not impossible. Well, we know this is not impossible.
Was competent this year. Cooper Rush was competent, and he was like. You can be a competent quarterback and win.
I think. Okay, so Rad, are we saying is it the quarterback, is it the team, or is it the coach? Can we break it up into 3?
Yeah, you can. Because Mike McCarthy, you think it's Mike McCarthy? Any type of success the Cowboys having?
No, he got a Super Bowl.
Shit. All right. I mean, you can say he seems terrible, and you can see the Broncos. They're terrible because clearly their coach is terrible. He's probably the worst coach I've ever seen.
Or is it Russell Wilson?
It's both.
We saw Russell Wilson be good. We never seen this man do anything good. And he's looked like the most incompetent person I ever seen.
They're both.
It's a straw man argument. It's like it's tomato. I don't know. I understand. I think the better argument is just like, I mean, where does Justin Hurts stack up between all the quarterbacks? 32 quarterbacks. Where does he stack up?
I think
is Jalen Hurts better than Kirk Cousins?
I would take him over Kirk Cousins.
All right.
He above the Dak line. The Dak line is the line of average quarterbacks.
Kirk Cousins has to be a top 10 player.
Is he above it or below it? I think Jalen Hurts is above the Dak line. That's I don't know what.
I'll take him over Derek Carr.
I would take Jalen Hurts over Derek Carr.
Tua.
Jalen Hurts.
Over Tua?
Yeah, size and durability. I think
Tannehill.
I like Jalen. I just like Jalen Hurts. I think he's playing good, man.
I think the fact that the fact that we're naming these quarterbacks tell you where he's at.
Deshaun Watson.
He's top 10 or top 5. Like,
is he better than Deshaun Watson?
No.
He's not better than Deshaun Watson.
Presently, right now, but in future, would I take Deshaun? Deshaun has been terrible since he got back, but obviously because he just got back.
Played 2 years, yeah.
I know.
He's not better than Deshaun Watson.
This year, you would take Deshaun right now over Jalen Hurts?
Absolutely, without 100%.
That's crazy. Y'all crazy as hell.
I'm not crazy. I think I'm right.
Jalen Hurts is fine. He's good.
I
don't know.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, wow.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
You would take them over Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when it comes down to it, you're going to need to throw the ball in tight windows in must-need plays in the playoffs. And do I trust him to do that? Last year, he did not have A.J. Brown. But last year, the Buccaneers made that man look inept.
I don't know about...
That's the Super Bowl defense. What? That's the best defense in the league.
Okay. Did you watch San Fran?
You see how that defense...
Did you watch San Fran last week, bro?
Did you see what that defense did to Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl?
Sometimes we
Hey, I'm
can
gonna be confident. Like
Yeah.
that's the best thing for me.
Did you watch San Fran last week, bro? If Jalen Hurts play that defense, I don't know how he gonna look.
We'll
That's what I'm
see.
saying.
But that's
We'll
coaching.
see.
But that's also coaching.
we'll
I think
see.
sometimes we can be reductive. I think we keep saying that like he's gonna have. Like I mean,
We'll see. It's that simple. We'll
we
see.
have not.
Yes, putting your player in the best position to
Michael
excel.
Vick, like obviously Michael Vick, Randall Cunningham. You know what I mean? There are others, but at the same time, I think now like Jalen Hurts is a way better runner. I mean, Michael Vick is good. I don't like putting Michael Vick because I think he's just otherworldly.
Yeah.
But like with Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Josh Allen, like I mean, you know, we have the Steve Youngs, the Elways, and all. I'm just saying, but like we've never seen runners like this ever in the history of the game. I think
once.
At the quarterback position. I'm just saying at the quarterback, like they're like legit high level runners. Not
Justin Fields is on that is
yeah,
crazy.
like he's a high level. Like so, what I'm saying is, if he has a skill that nobody else has ever had to this level, right? Like that, like I don't know what that looks like in the playoffs. Can you stop me? Because you've never seen me in the playoffs. You've only seen this.
With a number one receiver, with all the momentum in the world, with a great offensive line.
Maybe it's easier.
We gonna see. That the best part about it is if all roads lead to it, it's gonna be Philly 49ers in the NFC Championship game, cold weather game, and we gonna see whether Jalen Hurts is that good or not.
I'll take the 49ers in that game.
And we gonna see.
I'm taking the 49ers in that game.
With Purdy, mind you. Because they're not gonna be able to score.
Yes, they is.
Why?
Because Philly defense isn't San Fran. Yeah, we saw Philly defense against Chicago. Philly defense isn't San Fran. San Fran literally shut down like
Chicago.
Chicago shut them down.
Chicago beat San Francisco. I don't know if you knew that.
Yes, and you talk about in the melee of water in the typhoon.
Right, when is a win? When is a win?
Got it. You got it, bro.
Millions is millions.
You got anything else on the NFL? You got anything else on the NFL? Anybody got a question? NFL box anything? Before we move on.
That's fine. We can move on.
Before we go to a little NBA, just before we out of here, our sports segment is brought to you by Overdue'sBillsPod.com. It's where you go for all your Bills gear, great content. Check them out on all their socials at Overdue Bills, and check out the podcast every Monday on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Tap in Overdue Bills to get your merch. All right, I just got a couple little things before we get out of here. For the NBA. Dame. This was Dame said. Dame said after Steph, obviously Steph is the best, but after him, he want to know why does he not get more? Why is he not talked about more as being the second best shooter of all time? Do you think Dame has credence to that? Should he be in that conversation, or should he just shut up?
I think it depends what argument he's making, right? If he's saying the problem when you bring up Steph is the best at every aspect of shooting, stand still, whatever shooting thing you want to do, Steph is number one. Now, if Dame is saying like as far as like off the dribble shooting, he's the second best, I would give that to Dame because
I think you're talking about overall too. I think you're talking about clutch.
Overall, I think overall he's top 5, but he's not number 2.
Top 5?
He's top 5. I would give him top 5, but like shooting off the dribble, he might be 2. But Steph is the greatest shooter. Period.
Yes, that's Steph out the conversation.
And Dame
Steph is out the conversation.
Yeah, Dame is not the best at all of those things. He might be the second best at off dribble, but as far as like everything else, I would take Clay. I would take Ray Allen. I would take a couple other people before I bring Dame name up.
Should he be in the conversation?
He could be top 5. He could be 5, 6.
Of the second best shooter of all time?
Obviously, excluding Steph, should Dame be in the conversation of greatest shooter of all time?
Dame said that he was the greatest shooter of all time?
He's saying he said Steph is the best, but he don't understand why he's not in that conversation.
To be.
Yes.
Well, I mean, shooting comes down to numbers, right? So I would have to look at the percentages and all of those things. But I mean, yeah, I think we don't look at Dame like that. For whatever reason, I'm not sure why. So again, like I said, I do want to look at the numbers a little bit closer. But if like, is Dame a better shooter than Ray Allen? I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I don't know the numbers, but you gotta have the numbers though. You gotta have the threes made. I'm not well versed.
He probably gonna finish in the top 5 of threes made.
Then he should be considered in the top 5.
He's a top 5 shooter. I think he's a top 5 shooter.
Yeah, but Jason Kidd is in the top 5 too, I think.
Of all threes, because that's the amount of threes he took.
I'm just saying.
No, but
James Harden gonna be there too.
But I think that's just the amount of threes. But you got to look at the amount of attempts and how long. Like, so we don't. So what? Like, we know Jason Kidd was not a good shooter. We can deduce that. That's fine. We're not stupid. But like, I take it back. Dame. If you tell me James Harden or Dame Lillard, I'm taking James Harden.
As a shooter?
Yes.
Hell no, I'm not doing that.
I am.
I would take Dame as a shooter.
I'll take Dame as a shooter too. Like, hell nah. Like,
y'all niggas.
James Harden had too many 2 for 20s from 3. I've seen that.
You talking about playoffs? I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about regular season,
Dame's
bro.
a better shooter of the
Dame's a better shooter than James Harden, bro.
Hell nah.
No, that's just it's not disrespect because James got the
y'all don't know.
Bro, Dame got that, bro.
Bro, KD a better shooter than James Harden.
KD is a better shooter than Dame Lillard. The fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony is a better shooter than Lillard. My opinion.
That means it's Kobe?
1,000. Like, I can keep naming people. Like, I would never.
I mean, you can throw in a bird. You can throw in people.
Yeah. No. You're right, and that's why it's not just a stat thing. It is not just a stat thing. Dame Lillard can be considered in the top 15. He's in.
But Dame is a clutch shooter, though.
Dame should come up in conversations. I am not denying that Dame shouldn't come up in conversation. But what I am saying is that we got to put context with stuff. Like, nobody has ever said that Dame should be in that conversation. Dame has only said that. So we just got to be cognizant of that. Like, if we haven't said it in the moment, why? There's a reason for that. All right? There's a reason for that. We consider KD to be there. We consider Melo. Melo got the We consider certain players. We've never considered him. That may be for a reason.
But maybe we should. I think Dame, based on his record, based on his clutch threes, he should be up there. And it's not really we could be gone after this, but it's not really none that we could talk about unless y'all want to have a comment. This is the first time I like LeBron. Not the first time. This is one of the few times. One of the fans on the court, asked them, "Yo, Bron, you gonna cry when you break the scoring record?" He said, "Nah, I'm not gonna cry when I break the scoring record. Why would I do that?" He said, "I'll cry if we win another championship." He said, "Where you not gonna cry if you break the scoring record, bro? That's a big deal." He's like, "Nah, I ain't gonna cry, bro. I didn't even mean to do that." He hit him with the "I didn't mean to break the scoring record. It just happened." So shout out to Bron. I like that type of talk, bro.
Bron is so corny, bro.
I love that, but I love that type of talk, though. When you can talk like that,
it's corny as hell because he's lying. Because he's a liar.
Not believable.
He's literally lying. Like, you're a liar.
LeBron is not a scorer, right? That's the whole narrative.
He is a scorer. I never like that narrative.
When people say somebody is not a scorer who is always top 2 in shots taken on his team,
but that wasn't his goal to break the all-time scoring.
Yes, it was.
It just happened. He
scores to win.
I love that talk.
That's insane. That's stupid.
I love that talk.
It was corny. Nobody believed it. He don't believe it.
In a moment, he said it on the court, though. That was
lying. He's a liar.
He's not lying.
Yes, he is.
I believe. I definitely detect LeBron BS meter. It's high for me because I can't stand him when he do it. But that, I was like, I respected it because it was like, nah.
You think LeBron not gonna break the scoring record?
No, I honestly don't think so.
He gonna. Oh my god. Oh, he gonna. I can just see it now. He corny.
Wow.
I honestly don't think so.
He's corny. LeBron is. He is like top tier.
He said nah. He said nah. He said I didn't even mean to do that. That's tough.
He's so
no, what he's saying is that
I love that talk.
No. He did. It was. I don't think he thought that he could do it.
That's what I'm saying. That wasn't an aim for him.
No. I wouldn't say it wasn't an aim per se.
Come on, bro.
But it's like when you get to a point where it's like when you win 4 MVPs, it was just like, I don't know if he set out to win 4 MVPs. I'm not sure. I'm sure he set out to win MVP, but it just happened.
But the
But
scoring
that
title
doesn't-
was so like nobody gonna touch.
Nah,
Remember,
he's
it was like
quiet.
nobody
He's
touching the
quiet.
scoring title.
Nah,
Remember that?
I'm not with that. I'm not with that.
I like that talk. Shout out to
But
Bron.
again, he's saying that because he's about to break it. He's like about to break it, so he can downplay.
He's a clown. Yeah,
I respected it. I love that talk. I love that talk because he the only one who can say because it's somewhat believable because it's like I'm the pass first. I'm the Magic Johnson pass first guy.
but what
that
if you
happens
don't
to score? Huh?
That nigga averaged 27 points a game in his
I
career.
know,
That
but
shit
he's
is not
not the
pass first,
scorer.
y'all. Like, stop
That's
doing that.
corny. It's
Yeah,
corny.
like that.
I like that talk.
That's
Talk
that argument has
Y'all hating
always
on
been-
Bron,
It's
bro. I
such
like
a
that
bad
talk.
argument.
I
It's
like
such
that
a
talk.
terrible argument.
I love that talk, bro.
How many
talking like
shots
that.
did LeBron take? I guarantee LeBron took the most shots out of anybody in NBA history. That's a fact.
Nah, Kobe. I think Kobe.
Well, shout out to
got that.
Kobe. Shout out to Bean though. But
Shout out
that,
to Kobe.
but that make.
I bet you if they would ask Coach RP Mom, he would be like, "Yup, I'm gonna cry because I meant to break it." He been honest. Be honest, bro.
Brian, I don't think Brian set out to break the NBA scoring record. I really believe him on that. I really don't think that was a goal for him. I really don't think so. That's why I believed it. I really don't think so. I think it just happened. I honestly believe it just happened. He looked up and said, "Yo, I'm about to break this record," and it's like, "Oh, I can go for it. I'm gonna go for it." I don't think it was a goal. I don't think it was like a goal.
Real quick, did y'all watch Bronny versus Cayenne?
No, I didn't
What
watch
is that?
it.
What is that?
Melo son versus LeBron son.
Oh no!
I was thinking I watched it. I watched the whole game.
How was it? They both going to the league.
Cayenne got an offer from Syracuse already. Cayenne he gonna be like 6'7".
What is that saying? That's like
No, I'm just making a point. Cayenne gonna be like 6'7", 6'8". He hitting his.
He got a scat. He can shoot too.
He can shoot. Bronny done growing. He probably like 6'2", 6'3" now. He
got bunnies.
He probably gonna end up going to Ohio State. But it was a nice event. I put it nice event, nice game. Cayenne gonna be tall though. Cayenne gonna be like he gonna be 6'8". Like so that's gonna be raw to see.
He a freshman. Melo's on a freshman.
No, he's sophomore.
He don't start though.
No, he play a lot.
Okay.
He play a lot. He's 6 man. He got it. But again, when those games is finicky because they might play him because everybody was there. And
you gotta play him. Yeah. All right, man. That was that's the show. Sam, you got anything before we get out of here?
Nah, I'm trying to look up how many shots LeBron took. So shout out to everybody out there.
Free Tory. That's what I'm saying. Free Tory.
He took way less shots than Jordan and I believe
Kareem.
Kobe and Kareem probably. I think he took less shots than these guys. He didn't mean to do it. Shout out to bro.
He took way more shots than Kobe. LeBron took 33,000 shots.
Really?
Yes, nigga, that's the most in NBA history, bro. Like,
oh, wow.
it's
I
not
didn't think
even
that.
close. Well, Brad, you cannot average 27 points a game in your career and not take a lot of shots. It's
you can.
No, it's impossible.
I mean, if you're efficient, free throws.
But like nobody, you can't be more efficient than like 50s. I mean, 50%. Like that's like
Shaq,
literally
60%.
But that's Shaq. That's what I'm saying. Like there is a cap on that, especially when you're taking threes and all that.
The Knicks just smoked the Golden State Warriors. Jesus.
They don't have stats.
132 to 94.
The Knicks is balling, yo.
Combined, LeBron took the most shots in history, but in like regular season, he's second behind Kareem. But he's second,
which makes sense. Yeah,
okay,
that makes sense because Kareem.
He played what? This is 18th year.
Yeah,
20 years.
Everything's in points. Yeah, so I mean that makes sense. I knew he was second. You can't get to that amount of points and not be second. It's literally mathematically impossible.
All right. Well, that's the show. I was wrong. Shout out to Brian. I like that talk though.
Corny.
I like that talk, Brian.
Corny. Top tier. He's top tier corny.
I was about to end it the other way.